Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to tag standards inside Common Planner's lesson plan book. So I'm going to use the week view. You can do this from other views as well. I just happen to be partial to this one. So we will start with one of the first days of school, maybe the second day of school, and I'm just going to start with my ELA block. So I have space for my title. I'm going to skip that for now and go to Content Standards, and we'll click Search and Add Standards. And I'm going to choose my state. Please do start with this. Unless you are a rare exception, everybody should be using the Oregon standards. So we'll skip all the way down to Oregon. Please be mindful there are two Ontarios. Neither one of these is the Ontario School District. We'll click Oregon. And then we're doing ELA, so I'm going to find the ELA standards 2019 to present. Please make sure you're using the current year standards. So we'll choose the ELA standards, choose our grade levels. So we're going to say fourth grade for this video. And then I can choose whatever standards I want. Maybe this is a fluency lesson today. So I'm going to click the plus sign next to fluency. And right now, if I move all the way across this fluency bar, I just see a dash right here. This column will keep track of the number of times I've tagged that standard throughout the year. So over the course of the year, you'll see numbers appear. It will let you know how often you're tagging this standard. So I'm just going to do this for now. I'll click close and return to lesson. And, oh, I don't think that clicked. How do I get out of this? Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to tag standards inside of Common Planner's lesson plan book. To do this, you'll just open any of your lesson plans toward the beginning of the school year and click the Search and Add Standards button under Content Standards. Once the standards box pops up, you'll want to be sure to click states. We're going to select Oregon, and there are a few of you that are a rare exception, but for the most part, please make sure, unless you have like a very clear exception, that you are choosing the Oregon standards. You'll select Oregon and then choose the content area. So in this case, we want ELA standards from this current, or the standards that are running through this current year. And we'll choose our grade level. And then to tag a standard, all you have to do is click the little plus mark right next to the standard. You can either choose like the title or the text under the title. When you do that, so we'll go ahead and choose standard 4RF4. After I click close and return to lesson, I will get a tally mark right here. And what this is doing is it's tallying the number of times I'm tagging a standard over the course of the school year. So you'll be able to access this information, see what standards you're teaching, what you have left to teach. Your administrator and your coaches will also be able to see this information as well. So we'll go ahead and just tag a standard. I can tag more than one if I want, and then we'll say close and return to lesson. And now these standards have been tagged right here. The really nice thing about this is that as we move forward in our plan book, in this ELA block, if I need to search and add standards again under content, I can click that button, and this category of standards, this section of standards, automatically pops up. So I don't have to follow that path every single time I write my lesson plans. I can come here and I can tag the same standards. You'll notice I've taught this one now one time, or I can tag new standards as well. Once I'm done, I'll click close and return to lesson. And again, my standards have been embedded here. And I'm going to do the same thing for ELP standards with one exception. So I'll click search and add standards, and you'll notice it does default again to those ELA standards. I don't want to constantly have to go back and forth between my ELA standards and my ELP standards. So instead of coming back out to Oregon and choosing ELP, I'm going to click the side-by-side view option on the right side of my screen. Now I can pull up both sets of standards and have them right next to each other. So I'll go to Oregon again. And then we'll choose this time the ELP standards. And I'll choose my grade band, and I can tag my standards here. So we'll go ahead and tag standard 1 Standard 2, say close and return to lesson. Now I have my ELP standards in their own section, my content standards here. When I go to Tuesday's lesson, if I want to search and add standards, you can see I have those ELA standards and the ELP standards side by side. If you're somebody that needs 3 sets of standards, you do have that option as well, also 4 standards and so on. Go ahead and do just whatever is most beneficial to you. I'm going to stick with 2. I'll say close and return to lesson. Now, as I scroll down in my lesson plan book, you'll see I have ELA continued because my ELA is split in half by recess. If I am going to tag separate standards right here in this ELA continued bar, I will have to reset those. So I'll click search and add standards, go back to Oregon, find my ELA standards, click my grade level, and now they're set. I'll say close and return. I'll do the same thing for my ELP standards. So I have my ELA right here, click side by side, Oregon, and ELP. And again, these are set. Now I'm ready to go. If I come down here to math, I'll have to do the same thing. I'll search for the math standards, then I'll search for my ELP standards, and then moving forward in that math block, those will be set, and I won't have to navigate back into the specific set of standards that I'm using.